Everything's gonna be all right, kid.
Put down the rocks, kid. It's time that you learn with the other foundling. Playtime's over. I'm gonna need you to focus.
Are you sure this is a good idea?
If he is ever to rise from foundling to apprentice, he must learn. Judge. He challenges.
He is too small.
I am his ward. Proceed.
What weapon?
Darts.
Bring the training darts.
Why doesn't he wear a helmet?
He is too young to speak the creed, and so too young to wear a helmet.
Then he's too young to fight.
One does not speak unless one knows. Perhaps this lesson is for you then.
Fighters, arm yourselves.
Don't worry. My dad was the same way. He's just proud of you. You take it easy on him, kid.
Ready. Begin. Point.
Don't look at me, look at him.
Ready. Begin. Point.
Show them.
Ready. Begin. Winner.
Did you teach him that?
One doesn't speak unless one knows. No blasters, it'll kill the child. Follow it to its lair. I'm out of fuel. It always gets away.
I kept a high altitude and followed it to its lair. We should muster up a hunting party and go after him. There. The nest.
It flew a long way.
The mountains are too high. If we use jetpacks, the beast will hear.
It would kill the child. We must avoid explosives and blasters for the safety of the foundling. You are too young to join them. Come, Grogu. There is much work to attend to.
So here we are, standing at the edge of the galaxy, looking into the future of the Mandalorian Code. This is the way isn't just a catchphrase. It's not just something Din Djarin mutters under his breath before blasting off in his N1 starfighter. It's something that has transcended the galaxy far, far away and landed firmly in our own world. And today, we're asking the big question, what's next? What does the future of this creed look like, both in-universe, on Mandalore itself, and out here in our culture? Let's start with us, the audience. Because, let's be real, part of the reason the Mandalorian Creed feels so timeless is because it taps into universal themes that go way beyond Star Wars. Honor, loyalty, family, survival. These are concepts that resonate whether you're watching samurai films, Viking sagas, or Arthurian legends. And that's no coincidence. George Lucas himself admitted he was heavily inspired by Akira Kurosawa's samurai films, especially The Seven Samurai and Yojimbo. The Mandalorian armor, the ritualized codes, even the idea of wandering warriors who live by honor. It's practically space, Samurai 101. Add in the tribal unity and clan structure? That's straight out of human history, from Mongol Khanates to Norse Jarls. But here's the kicker. This is the way has become a real-world meme. You'll see it on t-shirts, TikTok captions, even in workplace Slack channels when someone reluctantly follows procedure. Why? Because it's flexible. It can mean discipline. It can mean resignation. It can mean pride. The phrase mirrors the way the creed itself works in the galaxy. It adapts to the user while still anchoring them to a tradition. All right, let's zoom back into the Star Wars timeline. By the end of The Mandalorian Season 3, Bo-Katan cries, reclaims Mandalore. The Forge is relit. Survivors return from exile. For the first time in decades, Mandalorians actually have a shot at a unified future. But, and this is a big but, unity doesn't come easy. Mandalorians have a long history of civil war, infighting, and ideological clashes. Death Watch, the new Mandalorians, the Children of the Watch, the Protectors, the list goes on. Even when they had a planet, they couldn't stop fighting over how to be Mandalorian. So now, after near genocide, after watching their world reduced to glass, can they actually hold it together? Some fans argue that Bo-Katan's leadership marks the beginning of a more pragmatic era, one that blends the old warrior traditions with modern needs. She's not as rigid as the Armorer, nor as reckless as Pre Vizsla. She's someone who understands the price of division because she lived through it. But on the other hand, Din Djarin and the Children of the Watch still hold to the stricter path. The helmet stays on. The creed remains unbending. Can those two philosophies really coexist? Or are we heading for another round of Mandalorian Civil War, Part 7? And let's not forget outside threats. The Empire may be gone, but the galaxy is never truly safe. The First Order rises. The unknown regions loom. And if there's one constant in Star Wars, it's that peace never lasts. That means Mandalore's survival will depend on whether the code can evolve quickly enough to meet those challenges. This is the million-credit question. Because if the code stays locked in stone, if this is the way, becomes nothing more than a rigid dogma, then Mandalore risks repeating the mistakes of the past. But if the creed evolves, if it becomes less about rules and more about principles, then maybe, just maybe, the Mandalorians can avoid extinction a second time. Think about Din Djarin's journey. At first, he was all in, never removed the helmet, never questioned the way. But over time, he's bent those rules when compassion, loyalty, or survival demanded it. He removed the helmet for Grogu. He questioned the Armorer's strict interpretations. And yet, he didn't abandon the creed. He redefined it. That's adaptability in action. Bo-Katan, on the other hand, represents the other extreme. She once rejected superstition, focusing instead on leadership and legacy. But she too came full circle, accepting the mysticism of the mythosaur and realizing that tradition has power. Put those two together, and you start to see a model for a hybrid future, a Mandalorian creed that honors the past without being enslaved by it. This isn't just a Star Wars story, it's a mirror of human history. Take the samurai and Bushido. At first, Bushido was about practical survival and loyalty to one's clan. But over centuries, it evolved into a philosophy of honor and morality that influenced Japanese culture long after the samurai disappeared. Or consider the Knights Templar. Once a military order, their code and mystique outlived their actual organization, inspiring myths for centuries. The Mandalorian Code is headed down the same path. Whether or not Mandalore thrives, the idea of "this is the way" will persist because it's bigger than any one character or timeline. It's become a cultural symbol both in the galaxy far, far away and in our own. At the end of the day, why do we care so much about a bunch of helmeted mercenaries in space? Why does this creed hit us in the gut every time we hear it? Because in a chaotic world, whether it's a galaxy plagued by Sith and empires, or our own messy, unpredictable lives, we crave structure. We crave meaning, and the Mandalorian Code offers that. It says, no matter what chaos surrounds you, you can hold on to something bigger than yourself. You can belong. You can choose a way. That's why people get tattoos of the Mythosaur skull. That's why cosplayers don't just wear the armor, they become it. That's why the phrase, "this is the way," resonates, even outside of Star Wars fandom. It's not just about pew-pew blasters and jetpacks. It's about identity, purpose, legacy. So, what is the future of the way? On Mandalore, it will decide whether the people rise from the ashes or collapse again into dust. In our world, it will continue to inspire, adapt, and remind us that even in the darkest times, there's a path worth walking. And maybe, just maybe, that's the real legacy of the Creed. Not survival, not even victory, but the idea that honor and belonging are worth fighting for, no matter what galaxy you're in. Because, after all, this is the way.